Hi, I am talking today about motivation, whether it's intrinsic or extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation is doing things for the simple joy of doing it. For instance, people who like to exercise in the morning, most of them do it because they enjoy how their body feels as they're doing it, and afterwards. They enjoy the outcome of what's doing it. They work hard and they persist and they continue because of that. Um, they're they're feeling inwardly compelled to accomplish tasks. It's crucial in knowing how and when to praise children to develop intrinsic motivation in them. And it also develops genuine self-esteem. When we have joy of accomplishment, we are intrinsically motivated. We help people, we help ourselves to continue to do things without the praise of others. For instance, a musician can enjoy making music even though no one hears it. They do it for the own love of making music. A painter may enjoy painting even though their art does not sell. A student may love learning, studying, and working hard on their education, even though they may fail every exam. They are joyful throughout the process because of their hard work, perseverance, and knowledge. They have a sense of pride in what they're doing. They're inwardly compelled. Sherry L. Dew of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints spoke to many women at Brigham Young University's Women's Conference once, and she told of a time in her life when she took piano lessons. At first, her mom compelled her to. She continued to practice, and she fell in love with classical music. And the way that her external motivation from her mom became internal motivation for her is when she saw her true potential. She said, I could hear the ending of the classical musical piece that she was practicing on. She said that it didn't become less dreadful to practice and practice and practice until she accomplished a piece, but that knowing the end of the piece and knowing how it would feel for her to accomplish that task and accomplish achieving the hard work and the persistence of the piece gave her the internal motivation. She says, and I quote, "In short, my progress on the piano and my motivation to practice increased dramatically when I caught a vision of my potential." Knowledge and dedication can change motivation from external to internal motivation. Also, speaking about potential, when we know our own potential, when we know who we divinely are, we become more intrinsically motivated. So it's important to teach children who they are and teach those around us who they are so that they will become self-reliant and rely on the Lord and grow and develop. It's crucial that we teach children and praise children for the works that they accomplish. However, how we do that is just as crucial, it's just as critical. We should encourage them and praise them for the amount of time that they spend on trying to accomplish a task instead of the task itself. For example, wow, I see that you spent a long time working on your math. You really used perseverance. How does that feel? We shouldn't say things like, wow, you got 100% on your exam. We should say, you really persevered and did that math. You have really grown your myelin sheaths in your brain. That will throw them, and they love that. We should reserve our judgment of a child's work, which means if a child has drawn a beautiful picture of a tree with flowers and the sky is all blue and that there's a lake and you can really make out what the picture is. We shouldn't say, wow, I really love your picture. We should say, I see that you've used a lot of blue in your picture. Tell me about that. Is blue your favorite color? And have them open their conversation. This encourages them to continue doing art for themselves, instead of doing it to please somebody else. When children are praised these ways, they develop an internal drive to try new things. They will continue to try hard, even when they fail at first. It will help them develop a growth mindset. As a person develops intrinsic motivation, they are no longer agents to be acted upon. They are developing their own agency, personal growth, self-reliance, and a sense of accomplishment. As they do this, they are going to become happy, and their self-esteem is going to grow. This is because the Holy Ghost can testify to them of their divinity and their value, and that will intrinsically motivate them to continue to grow in light and knowledge and intelligence. External motivation is difficult, and the reason it is difficult is because it shuts off a person's self-esteem. Honestly, it makes them a slave to people's praise. It can cause depression, and it causes a fixed mindset, a mindset of, I'm too stupid to do that. That's for somebody else to do. I can't do that. I'm not going to try to do that. I won't succeed at doing that. Instead of, I'm going to try my hardest, and if I fail, I'm going to try again. I'm going to try my hardest again as an internal or growth mindset. External motivation is reward-based. They're working for money. They're working for praise. They're working for pride, if you will. It leads to manipulation. A child can learn really quickly how to manipulate and how to get what they want through your praise. It's bribing them to do what you want them to do instead of having them find their own desires, passions, and talents and developing those through hard work and determination and dedication. The extrinsic motivation doesn't last. Hence, New Year's resolutions dissolving. Most of the time, they're extrinsically motivated instead of intrinsically. And it leads to children and people always having to be asked to do things instead of seeing things and getting it done on their own accord. It makes people less compelled to try difficult tasks. If they think that they're going to fail, they're not even going to try. So the value of becoming intrinsically motivated is immense.